In Bellflower, they just call it the Classic. Last year's Braves victory for St. John Bosco over Mater Dei, 77-74 in overtime. Both these clubs in 2020 once again have open division aspirations. This is the rematch on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week as St. John Bosco hosts Mater Dei. Hello, everybody. My name is Randy Rosenblum, set to call the play-by-play. This is the professor, Mr. Paul Westfall. Paul, this is a very good St. John Bosco team, but they'll be challenged by a powerful Mater Dei squad.
Yeah, they certainly will, Randy. Mater Dei is the platinum standard of high school basketball for about the last 40 years, and this year's team has 5 returning starters. They can shoot the ball. They're particularly unselfish, and they have a lot of experience in big games. But St. John Bosco is just 3-3 over their last 6 games, albeit against high-level competition. They're going to have to play 32 minutes of quality basketball tonight to beat the Monarchs.
The Monarchs have a great point guard, and Devin Askew, he is a tremendous performer.
He has all the attributes you'd want in a next-level point guard. He's got size and strength for the position. He's got an excellent handle, and he can score the ball. And I think he just might be the best point guard ever in Mater Dei's glorious history.
Jeremiah Niarco can score the ball, rebound, and block shots. He's a wonderful sophomore for the Braves.
Yeah, he's 6'9" and still growing, but he features soft hands, good footwork in the post, and a really soft touch from about 18 feet and in. And Randy, I think he's Bosco's secret weapon. When he scores 10 or more points, the Braves are 11-2.
Will we have another classic? Well, let's see. Sit back, relax. It's the Braves and the Monarchs next on our Game of the Week on KDOC.
Guacamole Double Cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is back for only $299.
It's $2.99. We forgot the decimal point.
Only $2.99? The Guacamole Double Deal is back for only $2.99 at Carl's Jr.
Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
Louie, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
You know, the truth is we just really need a new car.
Well, then what we really need is a new budget.
Well, not necessarily. Not if they've got this going for them.
Yeah, as long as it fits into our budget.
Yeah. That'd be perfect.
What'd be perfect? Oh, that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we could get a new car.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Toyota certified used vehicles. The best new cars make the best used cars. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
TV's #1 daily viral video show is back for a new season.
New videos, new stories, new episodes every day.
From America's #1 viral video team,
right this minute.
Weekdays at 9 and 9:30 on KDOC TV Los Angeles.
The Guacamole Double Cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is back for only $299.
It's $2.99. We forgot the decimal point.
Only $2.99? The Guacamole Double Deal is back for only $2.99 at Carl's Jr.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there's half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by Wingstop. Open late, order online at Wingstop.com. It's the Monarchs of Mater Dei 16-3 against the Braves here at St. John Bosco, who are 15-5. And our starting lineups are brought to you by Wingstop. Open late, order online at Wingstop.com.
For the Mater Dei Monarchs, it's Devin Askew, Ryan Evans, Hayden Prukop, Harrison Hornery, and Wilhelm Breedenbach. That's the starting 5 for Coach Gary McKnight in his 38th season. for St. John Bosco, it's Josh Camper, Winton Brown, Lamage Lewis, Isaiah Holm, and Jeremiah Niarco. That's the starting five for Matt Dunn and the Braves in his 5th year as the head man at St. John Bosco.
Professor, you have the keys.
Let's take a look at the keys first for the modern-day Monarchs. On your mark, Modern Day's just been blitzing people this year in the first half. In fact, they're 12-0 when they lead by 10 or more at the half. And then Horn of Plenty. I think the X factor for Modern Day is the play of Harrison Hornery, the future USC commit, has the ability to score in bunches. And for the Braves of St. John Bosco, all things must pass. No, not the George Harrison album, but they have to spread the ball around. They're just 1-3 when they have less than 10 assists in a game, including our last game against Jay Serra, where they had only 6 assists for the whole game and scored just 21 points in the second half. And then keep in touch. No, not to you, Randy Rosenblum, when I finally retire, but stay connected on Modern Day's outstanding perimeter shooters. They play a lot of 4 out and 1 in, and the defense for Bosco must stay connected.
There's that brilliant player, Devin Askew, on his way to Kentucky. By the way, I thought I was on speed dial for you. You should have me on that dial immediately. We will keep connected. Niarco in the center circle against Breedenbach. The Monarchs in their familiar red, St. John Bosco in white. Thrilled you're with us on KDOC on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. And it's controlled by the home-standing Braves and Lamage Lewis. Camper on the wing, playing with a bad right wrist. He's about 60% tonight. Brown can't connect inside. Hornery rebounds for Modern Day.
Rebounding will be a real key to watch tonight because both these teams feature very long-armed players throughout the lineup, and it'll be tough on the glass tonight.
Evans from downtown. Ryan Evans, a terrific marksman.
Yeah, he leads them in second on the team in threes with 35, but they've got a number of guys that can fill it up from behind the arc.
On the baseline to Winton Brown. Holm, who can shoot the perimeter jump shot. Lewis looking inside. Niarco, yes.
Well, we talked about him in the open. I love this kid. I think he has a huge upside. Has sometimes a hard time staying on the floor because of defensive liabilities, but he's great on the offensive end.
Breedenbach. So a lot of defenders come into him, and there was no call. Braves crashed the glass, and Evans rebounds.
Yeah, it'll be 8 to the glass. There'll be 4 on each side. You won't see a lot of runouts, I don't think, tonight.
Wonderful move by Askew, but he didn't finish. Camper comes up the floor for the Braves. Lewis working the baseline. And Breedenbach rebounds for the red-clad Monarchs.
It's been a man's game in the paint so far on both ends.
Askew looking to penetrate, and he was bumped by Niarco.
Something to watch if Bosco gets caught in switches. Askew very adept at drawing fouls. He is a crafty veteran player who has a nice handle, and he plays with a little bit of an edge. Very physical player for a point guard.
They are jammed in here at the home of the Braves in Bellflower. Stoppage in play.
Yeah, shot clock never moved. Stayed on 35, and I think they're going to have to bump that thing down to maybe 28 to 30, I would think.
Our officiating crew, Christopher Nuanis, Donald Fleming, and Roland Preciado.
This is a big game tonight. Of all the games that are being played in the Southland, this is as big as any. So a really nice crew on assignment tonight, because this will not be an easy game to officiate.
And tomorrow will be the 1-year anniversary of last year's Classic, won by Bosco in overtime here, 77-74. Hornery with a good look inside, deflected away. He wanted to go to Breedenbach. Breedenbach with the crash tip, and Niarco clears. 2 minutes into the first quarter. St. John Bosco in search of the lead. A home jumper. He hits the triple.
That's a really good start for Isaiah. He had a tough scoreless night against Jay Serra last Friday. If he hits his first couple, he could have a big night.
Askew offline, and Niarco's doing a nice job early off the window.
Yeah, he plays well above his sophomore status. great elevation. If he can stay on the floor for 25 minutes tonight, he could be a huge factor.
Bosco 2-1 in the Trinity League. Mater Dei is 3-0. Brown working the baseline, draws the foul. Krukop felt he didn't get into him at all, but he's called for the foul.
Good look at first Matt Dunn and then Gary McKnight. I think it appears as though St. John Bosco feels that's a matchup they can exploit, and that's Winton Brown against Aiden Krukop. A little bit of a size difference there, 6'8" against 6'4". Brown with the long arms as well. They've tried to probe that matchup a couple of times in the half court.
Winton Brown averages 9 points and 7 rebounds a game. Earlier this year on our air, he had 13 points, 14 rebounds, and it went over a very good St. Anthony team who's 22-1, so that's the only loss that St. Anthony has had, and Winton Brown was the main guy that night.
Yeah, Coach Alan Cavanagh's doing a tremendous job with the Saints of St. Anthony. I think they're a certain open division team.
7 in a row scored by the Braves and a takeaway, and here's Winton Brown. They love it here at the home of the Braves.
The overcapacity crowd getting behind their Braves in the early going. If Mater Dei doesn't get one here, Coach McKnight, forget about that timeout.
Ryan Evans has all 6 on a couple triples. And he is the ultimate zone buster, isn't he?
A great streak shooter. He can hit 6 in a row from distance just as easy as you please, and he's off to a great start.
Matt Dunn said the key for Bosco is we just got to hit shots. And early on, led by Niarco, they are knocking down shots.
Really soft touch for a guy. And he doesn't just dunk the basketball. He's really good from that mid-range.
Ornery inside, a little bit too strong with it. Have a foul. And there's big bodies in there and a lot of traffic, and it's going against St. John Bosco and against Jeremiah Niarco.
That's his. I thought it was his first. Okay, I thought they said his second foul, but just his first, which is really good for Niarco. And Hornery and Breedenbach. This is a rare matchup for both these teams. Generally, they don't play against teams that have as much size as each Mater Dei and Bosco have. So all of these baseline players will be looking each other in the eye tonight.
Hornery had 3 games last year with 20 or more. Mater Dei, all 5 starters back. As you see, substitutions in for St. John Bosco. That's Christian Estrada.
And Ovalle in as well. The sophomore just eligible after the 30-day sit period, but a very dynamic scorer.
Hornery averages 12 a game. All 5 starters for Mater Dei average in double digits.
And the 6th man isn't far off, and Nick Davidson as well.
Terrific player who transferred in from Santa Margarita. Also on for St. John Bosco is Randy Ovalle, and he touches for the first time, a dynamic 6'7" sophomore. Midway stage, opening quarter. Estrada normally won't hurt you out there.
No, he won't shoot a 3 ball. He's a very physical rebounder and defender.
Ovalle, yes. Randy Ovalle. 14-8 for St. John Bosco.
Bosco shooting a high percentage here in the early going after a couple of games when Coach Dunn said they just couldn't put the ball in the basket.
In and out for Evans, deflected out of bounds, and it goes to St. John Bosco. Inside of 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter, Evans is hitting 3s, but St. John Bosco is slamming the ball home like this from Winton Brown.
I can't believe that's really the APR.
I gotta tell you, that's a great deal, or it looks like you could drive away with some serious cash in your pocket.
That?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta say, I do like cash in my pocket.
I know.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, either way, it's a great deal.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Embrace the journey with us and plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
How those things get up there? I don't know. They're just kind of floating up there. Yeah, like magic. Yeah.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Travel by train to Southern California's top destinations. Book today at PacificSurfliner.com. And a great start for the host St. John Bosco Braves. Coach Dunn wanted them to make shots, and so far, so good.
Yeah, he said before the game that last two games, Jay Sarah and Orange Lutheran, they had terrible shooting nights. He felt it was somewhere less than 20% from distance, and they're better than that. But they're getting contributions from a number of players, and we haven't even seen Lamage Lewis or Josh Camper shoot the ball yet.
And again, Camper is hampered by a bad right wrist. Before he puts that shot in, there's a foul away from the ball. It's going against St. John Bosco.
Ooh, I think they got Niarco for an illegal screen, and they did. That's his second foul. That may necessitate a substitution, and it does.
Coming in is a fine guard at Hunter Richardson, 6'3", 200-pound junior, averages 5 a game. Niarco leads with the 2 fouls and 4 points. Monarchs back by 6. Evans has 6 of their 8 points. Breedenbach, who has not scratched yet, looks to score for the first time and kisses it in off glass.
Well, I don't think he meant to do that under heavy pressure defense from Estrada, who will be a physical matchup for Wilhelm. He was able to bank it in from straight away.
What a move by Camper, and scoring with the left hand. That was spectacular.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the left wrist.
Prukop shut off on the base by Richardson. Askew, who is the floor general, and he's a wonderful penetrator. Got the ball back after misfiring.
Yeah, he can get to anywhere he wants to on the floor.
And he can hit the deep shot, the 3 ball, the money ball for Devin Askew, the captain.
Mater Dei withstanding the hot shooting from Bosco here in the first quarter, still very much, in contact. But Bosco
Richardson drilling a 3.
Just keep banging in jump shots.
They got the memo from the coach. He said we got to make shots, and these players have taken it to heart. A terrific shooting display early on by the host Braves. Hornery from deep. Rebound, Estrada. Bosco looking to push it. Mater Dei does a nice job getting back defensively. Lewis, an exquisite ball handler. A little bit too strong, and here comes Prukop from Mater Dei.
Better stop the ball.
They did, and he scores with the left hand.
Great hesitation dribble by Aiden Prukop, who's kind of a stealthy scorer. He just sort of, nice change of pace, able to hit mid-range jump shots off the bounce. That was a sweet move.
Keep in mind, Mater Dei, all 5 starters, they can all score. And Camper looks healthy. Yeah. He looks really fresh, and the wrist is not bothering him.
No, that was a nice crossover dribble that freed him up for the little step back, and he knocked it home with authority.
For Matt Dunn, this has to be a welcome sight with his team knocking all these shots down. This one again going against Mater Dei.
I think we got Breedenbach for a charge. We'll see it here. Breedenbach leaves his feet. Nice job by Camper. Clearly set. Easy call for the official. One dribble shorter for Breedenbach would have resulted in a 3-point clean look for Mater Dei.
Logan Cremonesi, who wears number 4, senior, 6'7" forward, who started on Mater Dei's CIF championship team a couple years ago, has entered for Gary McKnight.
And Davidson in as well, number 35 for the Monarchs.
Stolen by Prukop. Half-court break. What a rejection. Oh, what a play by Witten Brown.
Oh, he sized him up from about mid-court and timed it perfectly.
That was LeBron in the finals a few years ago for Cleveland. And Brown at the other end. The feed from Richardson. What a sequence for Witten Brown. The team loved it on the sideline.
Such an impressive athlete. Brown always under control on both ends.
Strong move by Askew, and he's going to the foul line. I love the way he penetrates getting to the cup.
Watch as Brown comes from the center of your screen to erase the layup by Prukop.
Well, these are a couple teams that are highly ranked. Gary McKnight, year in and year out, gets the job done. The winningest coach in the history of California basketball.
91% winning percentage over 38 years. Those numbers are mind-boggling.
How about 23 Southern Section titles, 11 state crowns, 34 league championships, and 1,152 victories?
That will do it.
That's some job security on campus.
Nominee for the Naismith Hall of Fame a couple of different times is Gary McKnight. But Coach Matt Dunn's got to be happy with the first quarter where they're going to put up 20-something after having a couple of really dire ball games where it just wouldn't go in.
Opportunity for the final shot of the quarter. Askew knocked it away from Lewis with 7 seconds left here in the opening stanza.
Now I would expect a pass or two and then an attempt to go to the basket.
Camper. He's composed. Leans in, forced it up. That's good defense by Evans, who's underrated as a defender. After the opening quarter, St. John Bosco ahead of powerful Mater Dei, 23-17. What a move by Camper. It was a thing of beauty. And for Prukop, he could not get around Winton Brown.
A better grip. Right when you need it. The 2020 Nissan Altima has tech you can't get in a quarter Camry, like available intelligent all-wheel drive. This is instant confidence. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Get a low $199 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Altima.
We tried to get the politicians to deal with the problem, but they wouldn't. So we took it to the voters and forced big tobacco to pay its share of healthcare costs. We fought oil companies for new clean air laws and closed $1 billion corporate tax loophole to fund public schools. By going directly to the people, we got results. That's not something you see a lot of from Washington these days. I'm Tom Steyer, and I approve this message. Let's make change happen.
Tomorrow on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, UC Riverside battles UC Irvine. Tip off at 7:30 p.m. live, only on KDOC TV Los Angeles.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there's half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Toyotathon is on. Get incredible year-end savings on a reliable new Toyota. A hot first quarter for St. John Bosco with a 23-17 advantage over Mater Dei. Mater Dei basketball to begin the second quarter. Davidson brings it into Askew.
And it wasn't just one or two players for Bosco. They got 6 guys on the scoreboard in a first quarter where they were sizzling hot.
Deep jumper by Prukop is offline. And the Braves on a run up. Lamage Lewis all the way. Strong move by Lewis to draw the foul.
Oh, I think they're going to. Okay, good call, Randy. I thought they were maybe going the other way, but it is going to be a blocking foul on Cremonesi, and you're right, a strong move by Lewis. That's the 7th Brave to score here already in just a touch over a quarter. But if you're Mater Dei, you've got to feel that, well, Bosco can't shoot like that the whole game, and we were only 6 down at the quarter, so no time to panic if you're the Monarchs.
A chance, the opportunity for Lamage to get the three-point play, the brilliant junior. Very consistent all season long for Coach Matt Dunn. Falls off. Cremonesi rebounds. Love this guy, Ryan Evans. He's fun to watch because he can pull the trigger from anywhere.
Yeah, he's got great form. Obviously, 25-foot range.
Askew shot is rescued in the corner by Lewis. And a takeaway by Askew. And he'll go all the way and jam it through. Devin Askew.
Yes, he will. And Lewis will learn he better pick that up because Askew's got the hands of a cat burglar, and he'll swipe it clean every time.
Quick timeout here. That's just a beautiful play by Askew. Showed Lewis the ball, and then was able to put it down.
On his way to Kentucky, tried to reclassify so that this would be his senior year. I don't think that's going to work out. I think he's technically still a junior, but Coach McKnight will be happy to have him.
Of course, this is a Trinity League matchup. It's a critical game, really, for St. John Bosco. They are the defending league champions, and they want to harness Mater Dei and reel them back in.
Well, in the highly competitive open division, there are so many good teams. Only going to be 8 chosen. I think they'll only get 2 out of the Trinity League just due to the quality and reputation. So if Mater Dei can win tonight, put some separation between them and Bosco. Bosco with already a loss to J. Sarah, they'd kind of be up against it about midway through the league season.
Inside, that's a good look by Holm, but the shot failed.
Marco Kens just got a little excited there. I think he was surprised that he was able to elevate without opposition, and he just missed it.
Kens is a 6'7", 190-pound sophomore. Mater Dei trailing by 6.
Bosco's man-to-man defense has been really stout here.
With either hand, Breedenbach can score, and that time he put it in with the left hand.
Yes, and that's a great call, Randy. He is ambidextrous around the hoop, and that time he got Holm on his shoulder and was able to just rise above it.
Camper in traffic, nearly lost the ball. Holm for 3. Oh, that was picture perfect by Isaiah Holm, the 6'10" center. The big fellas can knock down long shots nowadays.
Yes, and that creates spacing, and that was a really good extra pass by Bosco that got Holm time to get his feet set. That's 2 he's made now.
Wow. Breedenbach lost the handle. It's out of bounds.
Wow.
Well, bodies are everywhere, and it's going out of bounds to St. John Bosco.
There's quite a bit of contact here.
Well, they do play football, these schools, don't they?
Yes, they do very well, in fact. Nicely done, Mr. Rosenblum. But Breedenbach just undercut Camper there and got away with it, but it goes out of bounds to the Braves.
You can't get enough of St. John Bosco and Mater Dei in football. For a moment, I thought they were going to play again. Of course, Mater Dei won the regular season football contest, the Southern Section Championship in the Open Division, or Division 1 as they call it. Went to St. John Bosco, and the Braves went on to win the mythical national championship.
They got a football score right now. Oh,
that was a pass that nearly went in, thrown by Holm.
Yeah, you know you're hot when you're trying to throw a pass and it nearly finds the bottom.
And a block by Holm, rejecting Breedenbach. Oh, this is an animated St. John Bosco squad.
Well, Breedenbach wasn't able to elevate because of the step through, and this is a rather easy block for Holm, but you've got to have the desire to cross the lane and do it, and Isaiah shows that he was pretty fired up, but he collects a foul before the inbound pass, I believe.
It is Holm. His first 5 against St. John Bosco. They shoot fouls when they get to number 7.5. Askew thought about it in the corner.
I would expect Hornery to try to get some attention. He's got a favorable mismatch there as Bosco's in a 2-3 zone.
Evans, you've got to get into his body or he'll knock down the 3. Askew off balance, tough try. Deflected out, Lewis has it. Lamage behind the back, spinning move. Camper for 3. They're on their feet at St. John Bosco, loving it here. It's a 10-point advantage for the host Braves.
Wonderful orchestration that time by Lewis as he weaved his way through the defenders and found the open Camper.
Mater Dei nearly turned it over again. Good defensive pressure from Hunter Richardson.
Look at Lewis spinning and finding Camper, and Camper with his feet set is dangerous.
They just reversed the call. They're giving it to St. John Bosco. And Gary McKnight not happy the fact that that call was turned the other way.
There are few better at working the referees than Gary McKnight. He's had a lot of experience doing it, and he is really on one of the officials on the near side.
Camper and Askew, a wonderful point guard matchup. Winton Brown off the iron, and there's Askew to rebound.
And you better stop him. He'll take it all the way.
And he does. And 1. Yeah, They didn't get in front of him that time, and his quickness got him to the basket. Terrific effort by Devin Askew. Last 2 years, he's averaged 14 points and 7 assists. Both seasons, what a model of consistency he is.
He has a wonderful change of pace. He's also got a very strong upper body, so he plays through contact. And if you don't stop him by the three-point line, he's on his way to the front of the rim, and he'll take the contact and make the shot.
And he plays with a great motor.
Yes. He's Kentucky got a really good one if that's where he ends up for sure.
Camper working it between the rings. Holm feeling it. Got another one.
He is feeling it. No hesitation from Holm that time. I don't know if Mater Dei can stay in that defense very long, the way Bosco's shooting the basketball tonight.
Shooting the lights out are the Braves. Breedenbach with the left hand again. Scores, and he's fouled. Holm can't believe it. That was a terrific finish off of glass.
Oh, that was not an easy shot. The little Euro step for Breedenbach, and then with the left hand off glass from about 8 feet, you see how he absorbs the contact, clears some space, and finishes. I really think this is going to be a really good player by the time he finishes his Mater Dei career. I think Breedenbach's just beginning to scratch the surface of how good he can be.
Isaiah Holmes hit 3 triples so far for Bosco. He has 9. Camper's had a nice first half scoring the ball as well. Here's Brown inside. Quentin Brown, an acrobatic score. They're all making their shots.
He may have gotten away with a travel, and that's what Coach McKnight is saying, but there's another look at Holm as he hits from distance.
Under 4 minutes to play in the opening half. The ball is going in the basket. And Devin Askew is precise with the dunk.
No matter what size adventure you're into, the award-winning family of Hyundai SUVs has something that'll make everyone happy. We get it. That's a lot to drool over. And introducing the Venue, the newest member of the Hyundai SUV family.
Lease a 2020 Santa Fe for $189 a month, or get 0% APR for 60 months. Only at your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
Smart speaker, play smooth jazz playlist. Smart speaker, play easy listening smooth jazz playlist.
Internet down.
Smart speaker, play easy listening smooth jazz playlist.
Internet down.
Your home is only as smart as your internet. AT&T Internet is fast and reliable, even during peak times. Get consistently fast speeds for $40 a month. Call 1-877-ONLY-ATT.
Tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is presented by Wingstop. Open late, order online at wingstop.com. Well, some terrific scoring outbursts. Certainly for St. John Bosco. Brown has 8, Camper has 8. Isaiah Holm with the 9 points on the 3 triples. Askew has 9 for Mater Dei, Breedenbach 7, and Evans 6.
Well, Randy, we were talking before the game started just between the two of us, and we both said, boy, it would be nice to have a game on our Pacific Surfliner KDOC Game of the Week where everybody was making shots, because we haven't really had one like that. Well, tonight, everybody's making shots.
Well, there's the assistant coach who's done a terrific job for 24 years at Mater Dei, Jason Quinn.
Yeah, Jason, of course, was a great Mater Dei player back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Brown completes the three-point play. Mater Dei's back by 11 here. Right now, Mater Dei's going to have to find a way to slow down St. John Bosco's attack.
Yeah, it's tough when everybody's making them. I mean, it's hard to shade anybody over for a double team.
Evans on the drive, one up, and there's a foul being called, going up.
Ooh, I'm not so sure. I think Estrada got a lot of basketball there. We'll see it again. Wow, I'm not so sure. I think they called the impact and the end of the play where Evans went to the ground, but it looked like Estrada was on top of the basketball to me.
Evans has got that baby face, but he seems stronger this year, Professor, and he can go in there and bang bodies with the big guys, even though he's shorter.
Well, and I think he realized that he was getting a reputation well earned as a standstill shooter because he's a deadly outside shooter. So he's added that to his game where he'll do the up fake and take it to the front of the rim, absorb some contact. He's taken his game another level.
Again, just a terrific shooter. He has his 7th, earns a second opportunity.
Much needed points for Mater Dei. Bosco is beginning to get a little separation.
Devin Uglin doing our stats. Hoops by Uglin. He has a nice website, Hoops by Uglin. We appreciate Devin helping us out with the stats tonight.
One of the best. If you've not been to that website, folks, Hoops by Uglin, I spend a lot of time there.
Highly recommended.
Travel.
We have a walk on Camper. Lost his footing. One of the rare empty possessions for St. John Bosco.
Well said. They've been incredibly efficient here in the first half. But still very much time for Mater Dei to close this gap, get things back to even or close to it with a little over 3 left to play.
Askew, the floor general, and a very good one.
What a crossover.
There's Breenbach with the left hand missing.
And only one Monarch under the glass, and that was Hornery. I don't think that sits well with the Mater Dei coaching staff. You need more than one to rebound against Bosco.
Estrada hands it off, and Lewis goes to work. Camper on the baseline with the runner. Boy, he looks impressive tonight. You know, he has that sore wrist. It hasn't bothered him. He's been under control and knocking down shots. Askew from deep. That's straight out of bounds and an air ball. And St. John Bosco right now has all the momentum against powerful Mater Dei.
And Camper and Askew exchanging quite a bit of conversation after that. Not sure you want to poke the bear if you're Camper, but he plays with an edge as well as Askew does.
Ovalle working against Prukop. Lewis down the lane. Brown came over the back. Easy play to call.
Yeah, a really nice dish that time by, I believe it was Lewis. And then Brown mad at himself for missing the chippy, then commits just a frustration foul. But now the Monarchs will shoot for the rest of the half. The next foul, they'll shoot 2 automatically. A chance to get back into the game even without made baskets. We'll see if Mater Dei makes a determined effort to take it physically to the rim.
Winton Brown has picked up his 3rd foul. That's a factor. He's the leading rebounder for St. John Bosco on the season. Second one coming for Hornery.
Yeah, it'll be
It's not a problem with scoring for Mater Dei. They just haven't been able to slow St. John Bosco down.
Well, Bosco's on their way to 40-something at the half, and that's rare for Mater Dei to give up that kind of total. Richardson in for Brown. Richardson plays very tough, very smart, but he's not 6'8" with long arms.
Lead reduced to 10. Can't imagine, though, offensively, St. John Bosco playing any better than this at any time this year.
No, I agree with that 100%. An important 2 minutes here for Bosco to see if they can maintain this advantage and not let all this hard work go down the drain.
Lewis, the bank is open for Lamage Lewis.
And unlike Breedenbach's bank shot from straight on in the first quarter, Lewis meant to do that. Oh!
Camper got the foul. I guess the professor didn't agree.
Oh, I'm not so sure.
Now, Matt Dunn, he's been an official before, so he knows the rules, and so he can bark. I don't know about you. You have to be nonpartisan here.
Yes, well, I think Matt had the same complaint that I did.
Yeah, but he's a former official.
Well, I did. I refereed a little bit
in
my younger days when I could run up and down the court.
Hornery back at the line, and again, all the starters for Mater Dei, including Hornery, started a year ago on a team that won 29 games. So coming into the season, no shock that Mater Dei had a successful run, 16-3 to this point.
I think Hornery's the type of guy who can get you 10 or 12 points in a quarter as well.
Lewis getting away from Askew.
travel.
Richardson did walk. He went up and came down.
Yeah.
There you are. You did officiate.
Well, I think Hunter couldn't believe he had such a clean look and then decided to try to get a better one. Just rise up and shoot that, young man.
Marco Kens checking back in for St. John Bosco, and Camper gets a well-deserved breather.
Chance for Mater Dei now to get it back to single digits. This is an important 90 seconds. If the Monarchs could cut this to somewhere around 6, it wouldn't be such a bad effort for the first half when they've been trailing throughout the game.
And don't go wandering off. We know Mater Dei's got a lot of firepower. Corner shot, Evans on the way. Well, that's a clean look.
Yeah.
Normally he knocks those down.
Right, he made 2 of those in the first quarter, and I think he thought that was home. He was already running back down the court.
I enjoy watching Ryan Evans play because he shoots the ball so well, so confident. Lewis.
Charge.
That is an offensive foul. He knocked down Breedenbach.
Nice job by Wilhelm to see what was coming and move into an advantageous position with his foot clearly on the baseline. Easy play to call, certainly a charge. Once again, Monarchs with a chance here to get it into single digits.
Seldom used Ray King, a quick defender, wears number 2 for Bosco. There he is.
Yeah, he'll drive Prukop nuts. Now Aiden could post him up, you would think. Let's see if the Monarchs decide to probe that particular attack.
Final seconds of the opening half, and Askew looking to probe. Tough try, but he drew the foul. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Talked about it a couple of times, how Devon's really good at playing through contact. That time took an extra dribble and took it right into the chest of the defender, and even if he missed, he knew he was going to get a 2-shot opportunity.
Marco Kens picked up his first foul.
The Monarchs have missed a number of free throws here in the first half, uncharacteristically for a very good shooting team.
See the big crowd here. They're packed to the rafters at the home of the Braves in Bellflower. Again, this game went into overtime last year. Won by St. John Bosco. Askew missed them both. It's out of bounds. And Mater Dei is going to get it back.
Yeah, that's a missed chance for the Braves. Most certainly you won't see Askew miss 2 free throws very often. But Randy, if these two schools were playing checkers, it'd be a packed gymnasium.
Hornery got knocked down by Richardson.
And he'll shoot 3.
He certainly will. You never want to shoot from 3 and foul the guy. That's something that Hunter Richardson didn't want to do. He got caught off his feet.
Yeah, you want to close out to be sure, but you have to close out at an angle. You don't run straight into the body of the shooter, especially Hornery, crafty player, was able to get enough of his body out there in order to draw contact, and that's a big foul because Mater Dei was having a tough time cutting into that 10-point deficit. Chance now to cut it to 7.
Hornery, who's gained an inch and put on 15 pounds since starting a year ago.
And I think a really nice wing player for the next level because of his ability to shoot the basketball.
Got that Australian accent.
He can stretch the defense, and he hits all 3.
Rattles in the third one. Mater Dei cuts the lead to 7.
Last shot time for Bosco if they want, but it's hard for high school teams to keep the ball for 35 seconds. I see teams mess this up more often than they succeed.
Richardson looking back at his coach, Matt Dunn, for instructions.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything with the ball. If Hornery's not going to come out on him, there won't be a 5 count. So he should just hold it till it gets inside of 10.
And that's where we are right now. So Richardson and St. John Bosco gets into their offense, and Askew, using the arm bar, picks up the foul, but it's only the 5th team foul, so the ball's going out of bounds.
Yeah, exactly right, Randy. Good call there because that didn't hurt Mater Dei at all. That's only the first foul on Askew, so that's a heady play by a heady player.
Camper back in. They want his shooting expertise on the floor.
Got all the shooters in. Holm back in as well.
Final 5 seconds. Camper for 3. Evans rebounds, and the half concludes. And it's St. John Bosco, the host Braves, who've won the last 2 regular season meetings against Mater Dei at this facility with the upper hand. Josh Camper was great. They were all good. Lamage Lewis Oh, what a hot first half for the Bosco Braves, leading by 7 at intermission.
Hey, little dude, stay away from water or wet grass near any downed wire. Call 911.
Mom!
That went well.
Stay alert, stay safe.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Embrace the journey with us and plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
Louis, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
And then he went into the kitchen, slowly opened the refrigerator, and it was empty. So then the man, weak with hunger, raced from the refrigerator to the counter to look for a delivery menu. But all he could find was one for a vegan place!
Vegan places aren't real, right?
No, they're not real. Or are they? Ah, salad! Ah!
Family Guy, tonight at 10 on KDOC TV Los Angeles.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out for the downed wire. Stay away, call 911. Hashtag pay attention. You got any nuts?
Stay alert, stay safe.
Mater Dei had 17 foul shots in the first half to Bosco's 4. But despite that, because of the great marksmanship, St. John Bosco has a 41-34 advantage at the break. On our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, my name is Randy Rosenman with the Professor, Paul Westphal. And the Professor caught up with a very personable gentleman who happens to work on campus. Won't disclose his name. I'll let the Professor do that. Let's meet the Director of Basketball Operations.
I'm with St. John Bosco, Director of Basketball Operations, Burl Lee. And Burl, on Monday, January 20th, you're presenting the Bosco Dream Showcase, a terrific collection of outstanding teams, all-day affair. Tell us some of the premier programs that are coming to see St. John Bosco.
Well, we have St. John Bosco, obviously. We have Windward. We have Sheldon from Sacramento with Marvin Bagley on his way to ASU. We have Foothills Christian coming up from San Diego. We have Mayfair with Josh Christopher, who's going anywhere and everywhere in the country. Everybody wants him. And it'll be a great day of basketball starting at 9 a.m. Tickets are $10 each. Get you an all-day pass. Come out, see 9 great games of basketball. If you're that basketball person, just want to sit around, watch some games, and hang out with us.
So plenty of good tickets still available, and people can just walk up day of and buy a ticket to see some great basketball?
Yes, sir. You can walk up to the door. Tickets, again, $10 at the door. And you have 9 games, and they start at 9 a.m. Last game starts at 8.
Well, thanks for the time. A great day of basketball for all you hoop fanatics. It's the Bosco Dream Showcase at St. John Bosco High School. That's Monday, January 20th. Come on out and enjoy the day.
Yeah, Burl spent some time at Taft High School. He was also the director of the basketball operations for that Taft Tornado program, so strong in the LA City section. Here it's 41-34, St. John Bosco at the break. Everybody was making shots. It started with Ryan Evans early. And Isaiah Holm, who knocked down 3 triples, started to get into the act for St. John Bosco. Nyonko and company lead by 7 at the break on KDOC.
You've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
only takes a second to look down at a text. But in that amount of time, you've already traveled this far without looking, which could be a problem for you and them. So the Hyundai Elantra can read your text messages out loud, keeping your eyes where it matters most. The Elantra, one of Hyundai's 13 IAHS top safety picks.
Lease a 2020 Elantra for $129 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months. Only at your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
Alex?
Yes.
Shakey's Pizza.
Yes.
Make new friends with Shakey's Dinner for Two. Right now, just $15.99. Shakey's. Share the good times.
I am 3 feet 10, 4 feet 9, and 6 feet 1. I am childhood.
There are two places that are great for learning how to drive. An empty parking lot. And inside a Volkswagen. The 2019 Volkswagen Jetta with a NHTSA 5-star overall safety rating.
Come in now to your Volkswagen dealer and lease the sophisticated and capable 2019 Jetta S for just $169 a month.
All month long, we're giving away 4 packs of tickets to the San Diego Zoo and Safari Park. The San Diego Zoo has such a wide range of scaly, furry, and feathered friends for the whole family to enjoy. For your chance to win tickets, visit our contest page on KDOC.tv.
What kind of a person are you?
I think I'm pretty much like you, only successful.
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
And welcome back to Bellflower, California. St. John Bosco on their home floor leads Mater Dei 41-34. Some good highlights, I would imagine, Professor, when you score 75 points combined in the first half.
A ton of shot making in the first 2 quarters as both teams' execution offensively was outstanding. Evans got started early from his favorite spot in the corner. Quentin Brown had a run where he had a 3 and then a dunk off a steal. Breedenbach, an imaginative bank shot from the middle of the lane. And then Askew took the offense over from Mater Dei for a while. But Bosco got everybody involved. I believe they had 7 or 8 Braves score in that first half. Great floor balance, great sharing of the basketball, and Josh Camper was lighting it up.
Yeah, which, despite having the bad wrist, he was miraculous. Acrobatic shot there. Look at that block from Quentin Brown. Terrific all-around play by the Braves to open up this 7-point lead. Breedenbach is so crafty around the basket.
Yeah, he's Kevin McHale-like with his footwork and the ability to finish with either hand. But Isaiah Home, if you let him have space and time, he's going to knock him down. But Askew, stealthy on the defensive end.
There's that Camper runner on the baseline. Beautiful move here from Lamage Lewis. And there weren't a whole lot of misses, but I'll tell you, that last make by Quentin Brown where he muscled up as pretty as any of them.
Well, difference in the first half, free throw shooting kept Mater Dei in the game. 17 free throw attempts for Mater Dei to just 4 for St. John Bosco, and that angered Coach Dunn.
See the numbers, Camper with 10, Brown with 9, Home with 9 on 3 triples. Askew, Hornery with the 9 points. Breedenbach and Evans with those 2 threes to go with 1 foul shot. So statistically, points were on the board in the first half. The big question, how will Mater Dei defend in the second half? That is the key. Can they slow down the hot Braves? We know the Monarchs can score. We'll rejoin and have our second half right after this on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC.
Performance meets efficiency in the 2019 Nissan Altima, featuring the world's first BC turbo engine that can adapt in an instant to give you power when you want it and fuel efficiency when you need it. This is 2 engines in 1. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Get a low $199 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Nissan Altima.
When it comes to health coverage, it helps to have someone in your corner. That's why there's Covered California. We're the only place where you can get financial help to pay for your health insurance. New this year, almost 1 million people could receive additional financial help from the state to help lower the cost of health insurance. More for those already getting it, and new help for many who haven't gotten help before. So check to see how much you can save. It only takes 5 minutes. The last day to enroll is January 31st, so get covered today.
The Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there is half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by Wingstop. Open late, order online at Wingstop.com. You know, the basketball is so much fun tonight. We're going to come back tomorrow and do it again, but we're going to do it in the Big West Conference, where UC Irvine is the defending champion. Will be at the Brent Event Center as they take on UC Riverside.
Yeah, a battle for early supremacy in the Big West Conference, as UCI still undefeated, Riverside with just the one loss, and a much improved Riverside Highlander team. Should be great fun.
It really will be a lot of fun. Look forward to that one. But tonight, hot shooting from St. John Bosco. In the first half, they shot 64%. Mater Dei, just 35%.
Well, I think the thing that surprised me the most was St. John Bosco got contributions from nearly everyone who took the floor, and that's tough to defend. If you have one or two guys that are doing most of the scoring, you can adjust your defense accordingly. But when you have 8 different guys that are putting it in the basket, challenge for Jason Quinn and Coach McKnight and the Mater Dei defense to see if they can slow the Braves down a little bit. But all things considered, as well as Bosco played efficient offense, Mater Dei only down 7.
Braves have it to begin the back half. Camper exploring. Quentin Brown is playing with 3 fouls. Camper for 3 off the iron. That's a team rebound, and it's Monarchs basketball.
Nice job by Askew, even though Camper was deep beyond the 3-point line. Askew went out and challenged it and might have affected Camper's shot.
If you're St. John Bosco, you need to keep that intensity going. This Monarch team continues to come at you in waves because all 5 players can score on the floor. We have a Braves foul. It's on Niarco.
That's, I think that's Jeremiah's 3rd, and that might force Matt Dunn's hand a little bit.
Niarco has 3. Brown has 3.
5-second call.
5-second count.
That's terrific defense on the inbounds pass, and another turnover against Mater Dei. No scoring of the first 30 seconds, but we've had action here in the 3rd quarter.
Yes, we have. I think I see a renewed focus on Mater Dei's behalf defensively.
Mater Dei trying to stay unbeaten in the Trinity League, and that was pretty from Lamage Lewis, the reverse layup.
Very imaginative move down the baseline. We're going to get another whistle against Bosco.
No question about it. Devin Askew plays downhill. He's in that attack mode consistently.
We'll see it here. Kind of lost his footing a little bit there. Once again, he's next level actor. Let me just put it that way. He knows how to fall, and it'll be out of bounds to Mater Dei after a quick timeout.
Second time tonight that Gary McKnight has chosen to stop it early in a quarter. At our top 10 of the CIF Southern section, Division I basketball, they are the elite team so far.
Well, we're getting into crunch time now. We're about halfway through the league season after this week of play. So only 8 are going to make it into the open division, and I'm not sure they'll be all Division I teams with the likes of Santa Clarita Christian, Heritage Christian, etc. But if they take 8 out of that division, I think Windward found themselves maybe falling out of that with a surprise loss this week.
Where are the Oxnard Yellow Jackets, sir? They're 23-1.
Yes, they are, and I think while they're having a marvelous season, the strength of schedule will probably come into play a little bit there, but a marvelous season for Oxnard. They are the toast of that area, to be sure.
They are beloved in Ventura County. Askew will back it up, reassert himself, and get Mater Dei into their half-court game.
Bosco in a 2-3 zone. That should result in some wing threes for Mater Dei's talented shooters.
Still 15 on the shot clock, and Askew knows it. Breedenbach in the corner will take the three. Hit the side of the board, but it's put back in by the hustling Ryan Evans.
Yeah, nice job by Evans, because that shot was badly missed off the corner of the glass, but Evans was the quickest to recognize that and chased it down for the putback.
Mater Dei extending their zone. The baseline is available. Lewis missed it. Niarco missed the follow. Niarco had a golden opportunity to score. Evans behind the back to Askew.
Yeah, I thought he would elevate there with the offhand, but he chose not to.
Prukop walked.
Travel. See, I thought Askew would go one more dribble and elevate over the shorter camper, but you'll see Prukop with the obvious travel.
Camper gets the pick from home, comes around it. Two-man game, home for three.
Mater Dei much closer to the Bosco shooters here so far in the third.
Prukop is left alone.
He'll make that more often than he won't.
Camper pushing the tempo. Niarco is fouled going up.
Great orchestration by Camper that time. He never intended to shoot it. You'll see as he comes down the baseline, he knows who's trailing, and Niarco will get two shots.
First foul on Harrison Hornery. Niarco to the line. This gifted sophomore player leads the team in blocks and shooting percentage. Shoots 54% from the floor. Averages 11 points and 6 rebounds a night.
I think he has a giant upside. He'll probably be 6'10 or 11 before he finishes his Bosco career, and he's a very fluid athlete already at 6'9". Just a baby, just a sophomore.
No lead is safe against the red-clad Monarchs.
No, this team can score in flurries.
And even though they're young in spots, they're all veteran players, and they won't panic on the road. By the way, this is their third game in a row on the road. They won the previous two. Breedenbach trying to go inside, and hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
He went down hard.
He's fine. You'll see here as Wilhelm tries to go up and under the basket to use it for protection against the shot blockers, and his leg and Holmes' leg got tangled. And that's a foul on Isaiah, and Wilhelm will shoot a couple. Third foul on Holm. Fouls beginning to pile up for the bigs of Bosco. It might be a difficult task for some of them to stay on the floor in the fourth quarter. And a rare miss for Breedenbach, who has a really nice touch for a big guy.
Yeah, Mater Dei has not been comfortable at the line all evening. Team that averages 69 points a game. 7-point game. Braves with the ball, the advantage.
Just 3 points in 3 minutes for Bosco here in the third. Has to be a little bit of a concern to Coach Dunn. Mater Dei in an extended 2-3 zone.
Passing has been crisp tonight, and Holm with another look and another three ball. He has 4 money balls tonight.
Well, his length makes him difficult on the wing. If you're going to go zone, he can shoot over the top.
Holm was on his way to Chico State, and here's Camper for 3 more. Yes! Josh Camper. They love it here at the home of the Braves.
All started with the block shot on the drive by Breedenbach, and that got the fast break going, a rare break in this contest.
Evans for the answer, can't connect, and Brown clears.
Bosco doing a wonderful job on the glass here throughout 2.5 quarters. Oh, if they call that on Holm, and they do, that's his 4th.
Yep, an illegal screen, and he's going to the bench immediately, thinking he's going to come out of the game, and he's going to be right because Christian Estrada's already reported. So Isaiah Holm, who's shooting so well tonight, goes to the bench. 4 fouls. He's really been good offensively. It has to be disappointing for him and Coach Dunn to have him go to the sideline. Well, an opportunity for Mater Dei with Holm on the bench.
Most definitely. That's been a point of emphasis the last couple years of the illegal screens.
Askew too strong with that one. Look at Winton Brown go up to get the rebound.
A man's rebound there as he yanked it away from an on-rushing Mater Dei offensive player.
Under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. No question about it. These Braves have some athletes, don't they?
Oh, I'll tell you, they've got 5 or 6 guys that can play underneath the basket.
Niarco from downtown.
A rare 3-ball from Jeremiah.
Askew just didn't finish. It's out of bounds. It'll stay at that end. Mater Dei will get another crack at the basket, but they're just not hitting shots. One of the reasons is the tight defense. Great defense by St. John Bosco. They lead by 13.
You've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Isaiah?
Yes?
I'm from SoCal Honda. We heard you needed some help getting your voiceover career started. Well, we're giving you all the gear you need. Check it out. And here's your first gig.
Today, Honda helped me, and they can help you too with a great deal on a reliable, award-winning Honda. Right now, you can lease a 2020 Accord LX for just $249 a month plus tax. And the Accord has been named a Car and Driver 10 Best Winner record 34 times.
Let's do another one. A little more smile.
Tomorrow on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, UC Riverside battles UC Irvine. Tip off at 7:30 p.m. live, only on KDOC TV Los Angeles.
Tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers. Well, St. John Bosco, Mater Dei started to close in, and then suddenly a burst by the Braves, and they lead. Their cushion is 13.
Yeah, 3 and a block shot, and then another 3 have extended it once again into double figures.
Askew controlling the rock. Hornery with the turnaround jump shot.
Nice play run by the Monarchs. Got Hornery a really good look, and he'll make that more often than he'll miss it. He just came up a little short, but a really effective play out of the timeout. The Mater Dei needs those to go in.
Certainly do. The Monarchs have been cold in the third stanza. Eight on the shot clock for Lewis. Lamage for 3.
Oh, that's on Niarco. I think that's his fault.
Yeah, that's the one negative right now for St. John Bosco. Home already on the sideline with 4. They're in foul trouble. Hunter Richardson's going to come in.
But
They're fortunate that was called on Estrada.
Right, a break for Bosco, and they got 2-3 and not 3-3.
There's Richardson. Last time we were here against Jay Serra, heartbreaking loss for St. John Bosco. Richardson made an unbelievable layup, driving to the basket. Capable player off the bench.
Oh, thought he got away with a walk there.
Prukop got it up quickly, no good. Rebound, Cremonesi, no good. Well, Mater Dei just can't get the ball to fall. And Prukop, in the path of Lewis, picked up the foul.
Took a quick look at Matt Dunn, and he kind of gave me the finally look there as an open court foul against Mater Dei. Non-shooting foul, Monarchs with just 2 team fouls in the quarter. But the Braves only with 9 points in the quarter, yet Mater Dei can't make any inroads.
They got to make shots to make inroads, and right now Mater Dei ice cold in the third. And again, terrific defense from St. John Bosco, looking for their 16th victory out of the Braves in 21 outings. Mater Dei is 16-3 coming in as Ovalle tries to get away from Prukop. Prukop right there with him, though. That's terrific defense.
Yes, that is great.
By Prukop.
Great on-ball defense by Prukop against a very creative offensive player in Ovalle, and Prukop never gave him an inch.
That was fun to watch because so often you just don't hone in on defense. Well, Prukop was right there and just didn't give anything away. 12 on the shot clock for Lewis. Driving around Davidson. Davidson does a nice job, and it's out of bounds. It'll be retained by Bosco with 5 on the shot clock.
Yeah, 2 excellent examples of playing on-ball defense when a guy still has his dribble alive. That time it was Nick Davidson who didn't give any ground.
Inbounded to Niarco. His shot is blocked beautifully by Davidson. That was a wonderful sequence at the defensive end by the Monarchs, but can they pick up their offense?
Yeah, now they need to score down here.
Davidson for 3.
Oh, boy, they could have used that. That would have cut it to 10 and given them some momentum. We're inside of 100 seconds here in the third, and Mater Dei's had a woeful third quarter shooting the ball.
Yeah, they're going to bring back Wilhelm Breedenbach the next time it's dead. We have an over and back, a rare turnover against the Braves.
The Braves have stopped moving the basketball with the pass. There have been way too much dribbling the last 3 or 4 possessions, and Mater Dei will pounce on you, and that's what the Monarchs need. They need stops first, and then they got to see if they can figure out some way to have somebody put the ball in the basket. I would expect Askew to look for his own shot starting about now.
Askew, Davidson, Cremonesi, Breedenbach, and Evans on the floor for Mater Dei. Lewis showing his defensive skills. Davidson nearly walked.
Excellent defense by the Braves.
Breedenbach's shot won't get there. Give St. John Bosco a lot of credit. They are closing out beautifully.
Both teams really getting after it on the dribbler. Too much dribbling again.
Ovalle over Evans, in and out. Inside of a minute to play in the third quarter. Mater Dei looking for its offense. Askew all the way, puts it in.
Oh, that's a next level play by Askew because he was challenged by a long arm defender. Rose up high off the glass with the soft touch by Askew. That's a big time play.
Jason Quinn, the longtime assistant coach for Mater Dei, pleading with his guys to pick up the tempo. Askew diving, deflected it away. A terrific effort by Askew. Gotta love that effort.
You certainly do. Mater Dei will get one more possession to be sure here. If they can get a stop and a basket, as badly as they've shot the ball, they won't have lost any ground. Terrific play by Askew there.
This game's far from over. You just expect at some point Mater Dei to explode. They have so many capable scorers.
Yeah, too many talented guys that can shoot the ball. But they need to stop here.
10 on the shot clock as Lewis gets free. A rare Mater Dei breakdown in the third quarter.
Yeah, the defender in the middle of the lane slipped, and that gave Lewis a clear lane to the basket.
Askew lost the handle. Another opportunity for the Braves. Already leading by 13. Last shot time in the third quarter. It was deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with St. John Bosco. Professor, relax. Take it easy.
I thought that was a rare, unforced turnover there for the Braves, but Mater Dei's defense has been so active here in the third quarter. They have held the Braves to 11 points, yet still trail by double figures.
I want you for the fourth quarter. Stay healthy, my friend.
This has been such a tenacious third quarter. I love defense, and these teams have really gotten after it.
Richardson struggling to get it in. Camper, have a whistle and a foul.
I think Josh sold that one a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure Askew did a whole lot there. But not much that the Braves are going to do here with just 1.4. This will be a half-court effort.
Yeah, it's a common foul. Only the third against the Monarchs in the second half. Technically, there's 1.4 seconds left.
Askew and Donald Fleming having a rather long discussion there.
There's Devin Askew get on the way to the University of Kentucky. Made some wonderful moves tonight. Just has not had the ball go through as often as we're accustomed to seeing.
But I've seen a lot of Mater Dei point guards, and there have been a lot of good ones, and I think Devin might be the best.
Brought in Lewis. tough to make 80-footers. At the end of the third quarter, it's been a wonderful night for Lamage Lewis and the St. John Bosco Braves. Isaiah Holm with 4 threes. The defense has been stifling. Askew rarely has been able to finish like this. The Braves by 13 going to the fourth on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC.
Only takes a second to look down at a text. But in that amount of time, you've already traveled this far without looking, which could be a problem for you and them. So the Hyundai Elantra can read your text messages out loud, keeping your eyes where it matters most. The Elantra, one of Hyundai's 13 IAHS top safety picks.
Lease a 2020 Elantra for $129 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months. Only at your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Experience an unforgettable train ride. Learn more at PacificSurfliner.com.
The Turkey Del Taco is back, made with fresh, hand-grated ingredients, double the great-tasting seasoned turkey, and 40% less fat. Now get 2 for just $3. The Turkey Del Taco, one more way to eat well with Del.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Visit PacificSurfliner.com and hug the coast. 8 minutes of basketball remaining in Bellflower, and what can Mater Dei do to erase the deficit?
Well, it's just they just need somebody. Sometimes teams just need to see the ball go through the basket once or twice, and everyone will relax. That was an 11-5 third quarter after an offensive display in the first half.
Again, Askew not timid about going to the cup. He will challenge anybody.
Good look at Gary McKnight. He's seen a lot of deficits in his career, and they've come back from a lot of deficits. This game is far from over.
Fourth foul on Winton Brown. Askew has another one. Estrada in. Brown goes out with 4 fouls. So Holm and Brown each with 4.
That replay there, it looked like Brown was on top of the basketball. That's a tough one for Coach Dunn because it takes his best on-ball defender out of the game.
Mater Dei just 11 of 38 from the floor tonight. On the other side, Bosco has shot well. Still well over 50% on the night. Lewis, some hang time, didn't finish, but it was finished on the weak side by Diarco, cleaning up.
You're seeing the emergence of a great player, but there's a great player right back at you.
Much needed triple from Devin Askew, reducing it to 10. Boy, that's what Mater Dei needed, that deep three. They haven't had much of that. They have capable shooters all over the floor.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if collectively Mater Dei doesn't shoot better.
A steal, a takeaway by Askew. Working against Lewis. Lewis blocked the shot. Lewis thought he tied him up. I think they're going to get him for a foul.
They are, and Coach Dunn is calling for a held ball situation. We may get another look at it. I think he got him across the wrist as well as the right hand was on the ball, but the left hand got him across the wrist. Askew taking over for the Monarchs here in the fourth.
Devin Askew with a big crowd looking on, looking for his 17th point. Still be looking. But you love his competitive nature, this Devin Askew.
Oh, he plays with an edge to his game that will serve him so well at the next level, and in my opinion, the level after that.
Inside of double digits, 54-45, 7 minutes left. Home of the Braves in Bellflower, California.
A stop here for the Monarchs, and you might need a timeout if you're Matt Dunn because momentum is changing.
Still plenty of time remaining. We have a foul on the perimeter against Mater Dei.
No worries if you're the Monarchs. That's just the 4th team foul. It'll be a while before the Braves shoot the 1+1.
Breedenbach was the guilty party. He has 3, so Wilhelm has to be somewhat cautious with 3, but they are allotted 5. 6:45 to play in regulation. Remember, these teams went overtime here last year. And a defensive stop for the Monarchs. Prukop.
Oh, they could have used that one in the worst way. A good shooter with a clean look, and it just came up empty.
Yeah, Askew did a wonderful job distributing the ball, and Prukop just didn't knock it down. Mater Dei's defense has picked up. Not as easy for St. John Bosco to score.
Nice double, and Coach Dunn wants timeout. Yeah, nice job by Mater Dei to run and jump at the dribbler near the mid-court line, and Coach Dunn recognized that right away and got a quick timeout.
Well, Isaiah Holmes had a wonderful game tonight for St. John Bosco. He's on the floor right now. On our replay, got slapped around there, but he has 4 fouls, so he's on the sideline. But when he was out there, he knocked down 3.
He did indeed, and his defensive presence was aware also. And when he went out with that 4th foul, the Bosco offense kind of hit a little bit of a flat spot. We'll see if he can play the last 6-11 without getting that 5th.
Well, the young man who will attend Chico State next year plays with a lot of enthusiasm. Of course, in the Jay Serra game, won here by Jay Serra 55-54. Isaiah Holmes had an opportunity to win it. Had a 3-ball, was straight as an arrow, looked like it was going to go in, hit the iron 4 times, and just fell off. And the Lions of Jay Serra survived. It was a huge win for the Lions on the road. It's not easy to win in this building.
No, and it's not easy to win in this league. Even Servite at 0-3 coming into tonight has given some of their opposition just really difficult times. 1 through 6, this league, any win you get in the Trinity, you just chalk it up and go on to the next one. But Bosco has played well throughout this game on both ends, but it's no time to relax now. Mater Dei, their body language much better than it was earlier in the contest.
Yeah, right now Isaiah Holmes is the biggest cheerleader on the sideline with the 4 fouls, rooting his guys on. Lead is 9. Bosco has the ball in a comfortable advantage with 6 minutes to play. Lewis, his left-hand shot is rejected straight out of bounds.
Nice job by Hornery with the help defense and the block. Mater Dei's guys have such long arms that very good shot blockers off the ball.
Holmes back in. He's got to look at it. Rebound, Richardson's right there. So Isaiah Holmes got onto the floor, missed the shot, and Richardson with the putback.
Oh, a rare situation where Mater Dei had only 1 rebounder, and that he was on the wrong side of the floor, and an easy one for Richardson. That shouldn't happen.
Clean look for Hornery. Oh, nothing but nylon.
Oh, he's got that pretty high release. And look at the Monarchs' body language. They're looking confident now. Down only 8, plenty of time left.
Looking for another defensive stop. Before the dunk, there was a foul.
Going to get Prukop with a push. That actually worked in Mater Dei's favor because the bounce pass would have resulted in an easy one for the Braves, but instead it'll be out of bounds for Bosco underneath their own basket. Just the 5th team foul.
Remember last year, right here, went to overtime. St. John Bosco won it 77-74. Will we have that kind of finish again tonight on KDOC? Camper look for that step back. Home will fire. Back of the iron, no good, and a good rebound from Askew. We do have a foul.
Yeah, Evans with a push in the middle of the back, trying to get to the rebounding spot. That'll be the 16th foul on Mater Dei.
And now Gary McKnight is upset. Well, these coaches are working the officiating crew, aren't they?
It's all part of the game.
Breenbach getting into home. Lewis all the way, put it in, and 1 for Lamage Lewis.
Ooh.
Slithering down Main Street.
Wow, that was quite a play. Hornery feels he was there. Let's see if we get a good look at it. Boy, that's a tough one going against Mater Dei, and Coach McKnight didn't like that call, and it'll be an and 1 this time for Lamage Lewis. And a much-needed basket for a Braves offense that's gone a little stagnant.
Lamage has 10. looking for 11. Again, he's consistent. Seems to get to double digits every night. He averages 12 a game. 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Can block some shots for you. This guy's going to be one of the emerging stars in the southern section next year. The lead back up to 11.
Plenty of time for Mater Dei. They just need to run their offense, get some of these wing jumpers to go. They have plenty of guys who can execute that, and Evans is one.
Here's the 3 ball. Last touch by Hornery of Mater Dei.
Boy, that's a shot Ryan will make a whole lot more than he won't. And that one just off the back iron.
Yeah, he had the 2 early threes and hasn't connected since. Camper running the show. Richardson gives him another good ball handler in there. Niarco, and he walked.
Yep.
He did put the ball on the ground.
Very good call.
Here comes the Will Smith lookalike, Randy Ovalle. Look at this. Come on, turn to the camera.
Well, and
that's Will Smith, isn't it?
I love it. And this is the depth that Bosco has this year. They can take Winton Brown out and put in a Randy Ovalle. That's a luxury a lot of teams don't have.
Askew. Oh, that's a great 2-man game, and Breedenbach slams it home. Wonderful assist from Devin Askew.
Yeah, just perfect orchestration of the screen roll and the pass right on time to Breedenbach, and will finish with the best of them.
Camper accelerates. He gives it to Niarco, and he puts it in. Camper breaking down the defense.
Right back at you the other way. Point guard play outstanding here.
Askew for 3. Devin Askew has really come alive. He's hit a couple 3 balls in the second half, and Devin's up to 20 points.
He has really taken the offense through both shooting it and his delivery has been right on time. He is as good a point guard as there is, certainly in California, if not the country.
Well, it's been hovering around 8 to 10 points. Can Mater Dei get that stop? Niarco misses. Foul underneath.
Oh, tough one against Prukop. That will put Bosco in the bonus after we have a timeout.
Heating up, 61-53. Devin Askew going to work for Mater Dei on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC. Oh, that was pretty by Lewis.
You've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Hit by an Uber or Lyft, they carry big insurance. Let's get what you deserve.
iAccidentLawyer.com. If we hit you, we hit them where it counts.
iAccident Lawyer is the way to go. Call 800-920-0810.
What kind of a person are you?
I think I'm pretty much like you, only successful.
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
This is the car. Here's how I need it. Blu-ray metallic.
Yes, Cerritos.
6-speed automatic dual exhaust.
Yes, Cerritos.
20-inch aluminum wheels.
Yes, Cerritos.
Rally stripes.
Yes, Cerritos.
Plus touchscreen nav and roof rack.
On a convertible?
Just messing with you.
It's Cerritos Auto Square's Martin Luther King celebration. All 22 dealers will be making huge deals on the world's largest selection of new vehicles. So don't miss the Martin Luther King celebration.
Yes, CerritosAutoSquare.com.
St. John Bosco shot 64% of the first half, built up a lead. Mater Dei's tried to chop it down, but they've been unable to get close in the second half, at least too close for comfort. So far, St. John Bosco's been able to hold them off as they send Hunter Richardson to the line.
Well, Askew has really taken over here in the second half, and Camper kind of stemmed the tide a couple of times with some marvelous orchestration. The 2 point guards have been superb.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch Camper and Askew go at it. A couple veterans in the Trinity League, 1-1 for Hunter Richardson. Does not earn the bonus, and here come the Monarchs. Still over 3 minutes to play for them to get it done. Trying to rally on the road. Looking for their third consecutive road win in the Trinity League.
Camper staying with a really tough guy to defend.
Askew shooting the three. Underneath, Nyarko went up, and they came over his back.
He did go up. He was well above the iron to secure that rebound, and all Mater Dei could do is go over the back. I think they're going to get, that's Breedenbach's fourth, I think.
It's officially his fourth, but with 3 minutes left.
Davidson in for Will.
Don't know that Breedenbach will be out very long.
Now it's up to Bosco to make some free throws. They didn't shoot very many in the first half, but now it's winning time, and you got to make these in the 1+1.
Nyarko earns the bonus. And you talked about it. He's going to get taller, going to get stronger, more physical, and he's going to be one of the premier players in the Southland. Hits one of two, but it's deflected out of bounds.
Who's going to get this one?
St. John Bosco.
Oh.
That's a good call.
Yeah, mistake by Mater Dei. They couldn't secure the miss, and Holm back in for offensive purposes. I think both sides you might see some offensive, defensive substitutions here in the last 3:02.
You got to get that rebound, though, Professor, on a missed foul like that.
Yeah, you have to. And let's see what Bosco runs out of this particular sideline possession.
Monarchs need defensive stops. Winton Brown and company are very comfortable with the ball with still 25 on the shot clock. Tried to force that one up. Winton got it back. Another wild shot. And it's run down by Lewis.
Great defense by Mater Dei. That's a tough shot.
Didn't have to hurry like that either. Askew going to the basket and scoring around home. He got hit. You can see he's holding that left leg. The thigh area. He's so strong getting to the basket.
Yes, he's fearless. He's got upper body strength. That time he was off balance after banging knees with Holm and still was able to finish through contact, and he's grimacing. If you ever banged knees before on the basketball court, it hurts for a while.
What I didn't like, he was reaching back in his thigh area, and that would be more concerning as you see that Lewis went down. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be in the Big West Conference. Defending conference champion UC Irvine, who won 31 games last year. They're 10-8 this year. But you look at their statistics, the Anteaters are starting to get it together. They're undefeated in the conference. And they look pretty good in recent weeks.
Yeah, at this stage last year they were 14-4. They're 10-8 this year. But they literally have had 4 games that were very winnable out of conference. And just some late game mishaps caused them to lose 1 and 2 possession games. If a couple of the bounces of the ball, they could easily be 12-6, 13-5, and no one would be saying that there's a whole lot of difference between last year and this year. But I think Coach Turner and the Anteaters are rounding into form at the right time.
Yeah, they just haven't shot or defended the three as well this year. But other than that, statistically, they're basically the same team.
And not exactly sure why we're getting extended timeouts like this unless both teams called one.
Well, there's 2:31 remaining. You can see on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week scoreboard, it's a 7-point lead for the Bosco Braves. And really, they've led the whole game here. They're going wire to wire against this Mater Dei team that you had, ranked 5th in the poll? That's where they are sitting right now. If Mater Dei falls here, Paul, how much of a damaging loss is this for them overall?
Well, it's going to be tough anyway to climb over the 4 that are in front of them. Of course, the Open Division Committee will determine the seedings, but you've got Sierra Canyon, Rancho Christian, Corona Centennial, and Etiwanda above them. I'm not sure how many times any of those teams are going to lose the rest of the way. So I thought coming into this one, Mater Dei was going to have to win out in order to vault themselves into the top 4. But, of course, there's a lot of basketball to be played, including a game, Damien at Etiwanda. Hopefully we could get some kind of a score on that tonight. I think Damien is probably the team that could give Etiwanda their toughest battle in the baseline league. But I really think it's going to be hard for anybody to get into that top 4 unless you win out.
But of course, the top 8 get into the Open Division tournament. You're just talking about the advantage of playing at home.
Oh, yeah.
They're still working on Lamage Lewis. That's why we have the delay.
Yeah.
Still stretching that leg out. And next Friday, we go into the Mission League. I love the Eagles. You know why? One of their star players is named Eagle. So we're going to have the Eagles with Abe Eagle on their team. He's a 6'10 center. That'll be fun.
It will be fun. And two very young teams, but Chaminade's got a great backcourt in Simpson and Higgins along with Abe Eagle. Notre Dame, I don't think they play anybody that's above a sophomore, and it should be very exciting. And there's a good look at Lewis. He'll have to come out. They couldn't get that cramp worked out. Hopefully he can find his way back onto the floor, but Mater Dei is going to put on some full court pressure.
Final 2.5 minutes to decide this one in the Trinity League. Richardson giving to Home. Home down low to Winton Brown. Niarco facing up. Banked it in. Oh, I don't think he wanted to do that. He's not going to tell anyone that. He'll take the goal and the lead up to 9.
What a wonderful possession for Bosco. They wanted to get Winton Brown against Prukop, but instead he was closed off. He found Niarco, who rose up with that great vertical leap and was able to finish. That's a huge basket.
The guy that's really run the offense beautifully tonight for St. John Bosco is Josh Camper, playing with the bad wrist. Didn't stop him from knocking down shots. He's just been brilliant. Wonderful floor game.
Such a savvy player. He sees the game so well. Not only can he make the 3-ball, but he's terrific in traffic as well. And he made a couple of big baskets in the second half when Mater Dei looked like they were going to make a little bit of a run. Josh Camper, I'm sure Dad Brian, who played at Long Beach State with the likes of Brian Russell and Lucius Harris. I'm sure Dad very happy with the way Josh has played tonight against superb competition.
I like the way he got his dad involved, because that's back in the Big West, so that's kind of like a little promo for tomorrow. Nice work, Professor.
Well, thank you very much.
Did you mean to do that? Or
well, even
you
a
just
blind,
fall into that one?
Even a blind squirrel finds an acorn now and then.
Well, Big West is tomorrow night. Right now it's Mater Dei. They're going to have to charge quickly.
But they don't have to rush each possession. Just get a good shot in the basket each time down. Still plenty of time left in this one.
Evans working the baseline, kicking into the corner to Askew. He's got another one. 23 points for Devin Askew.
It's just a 2-possession game, and we're under 2. Here we go.
I shortchanged him. Let's give him 25 on the night. 64-58 with 1:40 to play in regulation. Camper, back of the iron, no good. Rescued in the corner by Askew.
Take your time, Mater Dei.
Devin Askew is going to the basket, draws the contact.
What's the call?
It's going defensive foul.
Shots.
Well, he knows how to absorb the contact, doesn't
he? He looks high next level ready already as only a junior. He knew that he had Camper in motion, so if he initiates the contact, he's going to get the call, and now Devin's just got to step up and make a couple free throws.
Camper has 4. This game goes into overtime. There could be a shortage of bodies for St. John Bosco. Here's a chance for Devin Askew to cut this lead to 4 if he can knock them both down.
And they got the cramp worked out. Lamage Lewis going to re-enter the game, and that is a good sign for Bosco. He'll replace Richardson.
Askew has 14 fourth-quarter points.
He's a leader. He could see that his team was struggling a little bit from the floor, so he said, all right, I'll put you on my back, and we'll see if we can get ourselves a giant comeback victory.
I guess we spotlighted the right guy. That's what we talked about on the pregame show. It's a 4-point game. Askew has 27, 16 in the fourth, and the Mater Dei sideline believes. 64-60 for St. John Bosco. Pressure extended by the Monarchs.
This is where their leader, Camper, has to make sure that Bosco gets a good shot.
Every night it's like this in the Trinity League. Phenomenal games. St. John Bosco going to Home at the extended high post. Goes back door, and it's stolen by Prukop. Intended for Brown, but Lewis regains it. Lewis to Brown, who dunks. 66-60 inside of a minute to play. Askew all the way for 2 more. What a performance in the fourth quarter by Devin Askew.
End-to-end action. What a steal by Breedenbach.
Breedenbach all the way, and he lost it. Stolen by Camper. Camper trying to hold on. It's tipped away out of bounds. Camper bottling up Askew, who does not like the call. Mater Dei bitterly upset. Ball's going to St. John Bosco. The Monarchs had 2 opportunities here, Professor, to get the ball back.
Lewis contributes immediately with the steal from Prukop and the dish to Brown, who knows how to finish. That was a giant 4-point swing possibly there. And then Bosco was in trouble in the backcourt and gets a favorable call.
How about this fourth quarter performance by Devin Askew? On the sideline, another near turnover. Home will dunk it. Isaiah Home. Final half minute of play. Mater Dei needs 3s.
Still time for the Monarchs, just a 2-possession game.
Askew with the deep 3, no good. Rebound Brown. And they foul him. 68-62, St. John Bosco. They're standing here at the home of the Braves. You know, Devin Uglin, we were predicting scores. He did our stats tonight. He predicted 68-62, St. John Bosco. We looked at him like he was crazy.
I'm taking him to Vegas. But still, this game is not over. Bosco needs a made free throw in order to make it a 3-possession game. But
how good, though, has Devin Askew been? He's just put on a show in the fourth.
He refuses to lose. He has a will to win like few that you will see. And this young man saw that on a night when many of his teammates were struggling from the field. He was able to make play after play tonight on the offensive and defensive ends. He is a remarkable talent. And with that will to win, Mater Dei is never out of a game.
18 of his 29 points have come in the fourth quarter. 18!
Now, if you're Mater Dei, you must get a quick 3 on the other end should Brown miss. He'll shoot 2 on the automatic 10th foul, and that was enormous from one of their team leaders.
Makes it a 3-possession game. Another timeout taken by St. John Bosco. They should have this one wrapped up, but you have to applaud what Devin Askew did here in the fourth quarter. You were watching greatness in this final quarter.
I agree wholeheartedly. A superb talent. Like I say, he's got that fire. He's got that passion to win the game. And he just took it upon himself to make every play possible to give Mater Dei a chance. But the Braves withstood a furious Mater Dei rally and a couple of key steals, one by Lewis, which resulted in a dunk by Brown. A couple of key rebounds on the other end. This is, you said it earlier, Randy, well said. This is the Trinity League, folks, and it's like this almost every night.
Mater Dei will be kicking themselves for having a poor shooting third quarter. They came out with great intensity defensively and made the adjustments. And in the fourth quarter, they had opportunities that just couldn't quite hold on to it to give themselves a chance to catch St. John Bosco.
Yeah, shots they usually make and will make, a whole lot more than they won't. But you're right, the third quarter, just 5 points for the Monarchs. They held the Braves to 11, but 11-5 in the third quarter. Bosco stretched their lead out a little bit and needed every point tonight.
Quentin Brown, who's played well with 4 fouls, looking for the 70th point of the evening for St. John Bosco, and he's got it. It's an 8-point game. 13 seconds to play. Askew, can he do it one more time? Working against the double team.
Taking too long.
Lobs to Breedenbach, who lost it out of bounds. St. John Bosco's got the game in hand. This will be the first Trinity League loss for Mater Dei. And this league now will tighten up considerably.
It certainly will. And it'll stay that way as this year, after last year, kind of a bizarre situation where they only played each team in the league once. They're back to home and home this year. So Mater Dei will get a second chance at Bosco in their building. And of course, Bosco would like another shot at Jay Serra, as all these three teams have now exchanged victories.
2 foul shots for Camper. It's academic. The Braves have it 1. We'll get one more.
A character-building win for St. John Bosco. They had played rather mediocre basketball the last 6 games, going 3-3 and struggling against the likes of Orange Lutheran and Servite. But this was a quality win against a really quality program. And the way they had the big lead, Mater Dei came back with a great deal of passion, and they were able to hold on. This is a character builder for the Braves.
Greenbach from back court, straight out of bounds. 70-62 for St. John Bosco. We'll come back, have a quick wrap-up for you on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. We'll have our Wingstop Player of the Game, Winton Brown and company, are victorious at home.
Guacamole double cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is back for only $299.
It's $2.99. We forgot the decimal point.
Only $2.99? The guacamole double deal is back for only $2.99 at Carl's Jr.
No matter what size adventure you're into, the award-winning family of Hyundai SUVs has something that'll make everyone happy. We get it. That's a lot to drool over. And introducing the Venue, the newest member of the Hyundai SUV family.
Lease a 2020 Hyundai Tucson for $179 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months. Only at your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
Let's make sure the OR is ready. Sir, can you hear me? You're at a hospital. You're gonna be okay. We're gonna take good care of you. Sir, we're getting ready to move you over right now. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
You've an adult male motor vehicle accident, large.
In an instant, your life may never be the same. Jacoby & Myers has been helping people for over 40 years. If you've been injured, we'd love to help you too. Put Jacoby & Myers on your side.
The guacamole double cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is back for only $299.
It's $2.99. We forgot the decimal point.
Only $2.99? The guacamole double deal is back for only $2.99 at Carl's Jr.
St. John Bosco improves to 16-5, 3-1 in the Trinity League with a hard-earned 70-62 victory over Mater Dei. The Monarchs fall to 16-4 and 3-1. Great basketball tonight. Josh Camper is our Wingstop Player of the Game, had 12 points. Tremendous floor game for Camper.
Yeah, the leadership in the crunch time, the battle of the 2-point guards was fun to watch.
Askew finished with 29-18 in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't quite enough for Mater Dei. Of course, tomorrow night we're back at UC Irvine. Big West basketball, the Anteaters of the Highlanders of UC Riverside. For our entire David Otta crew, for Devin Oakland, who did our stats tonight, and for the professor, I'm Randy Rosenbaum. You had to love this. 2 heavyweights in the southern section. Mater Dei battled gallantly in the second half, but St. John Bosco had just too much tonight with eel-like moves like that from Lamage Lewis and jump shots from Josh Camper. They loved it here. We will see you tomorrow on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. Good night on KDOC. Dateline is next.